This week, we're in Covington, Tennessee for Covington Comic-Con. Covington's about 45 minutes north of Memphis. The convention itself is held in the Civic Center, which is nestled on the corner of this quaint little town square that feels like it came out of the movies, like Back to the Future or Pleasantville. The town looks really pretty, and I can't wait to see what the con has to offer. Come on, let's go check it out. After taking just a few more minutes to fill up our quaintness quotient for the day, we grabbed our stuff and headed into the con. The Civic Center used to be an old church, and you can still see the bones of that here in the stained glass windows and the vaulted ceiling. Only today, it's full of a congregation of a different kind. One of those responsible for bringing that new congregation in is convention co-founder Josh Mason. This is bad for me if I do that. Josh Mason, thanks for taking some time to talk. How you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm excited for the turnout we've had so far here at the Covington Comic-Con, and I think we're gonna have a really good year this year.
Yeah, it's a ton of people walking around so far.
Oh yeah.
So you are the founder of the con. Tell me a little bit about that.
So yeah, I'm one of three founders. It's myself, my brother Jerry Mason, and then Tara Thompson, who owns Theo and Rose Ice Cream Parlor here in Covington. And the three of us just came together and decided that we wanted to do this event. The first one was last year, and it was super successful, had a huge turnout, way more people than we ever thought that we would have. And so obviously after that, we were like, well, now it's going to have to be an annual thing that we do every year and try to grow it year over year. So yeah, this is year 2, and we really started it because we wanted to bring something like this to the community of Covington. I've been going to Comic-Cons as an attendee for about 10 years, and sometimes even as a guest to promote Mason Studios and the filmmaking and stuff that I do. So I already was very familiar with the con community and a lot of the vendors and guests and even some of the con organizers from some of the Memphis conventions, and so I kind of already had somewhat of an idea of how you put one together and like the contacts and the people to reach out to. So I knew when the three of us partnered together that it wouldn't be too difficult for us to put one on. The real question was going to be, would anybody come? And you saw the answer to that last year. The answer was yes. A lot of people came. So
if I remember right, you had twice as many people as you were predicted last year.
Pretty much, yes. So I think the rough estimation was last year we had between 2,500 to 3,000, which was a lot more than we had anticipated, and it was just a one-day convention. And this year we're doing 2 days. So but so far it's steady turnout, and we hadn't even hit the hard lunch crowd yet. So it's probably going to be even more than this before the day's over.
And it's an interesting space that we're actually in right now.
Yeah. So it's a converted church, which is a little odd. So it used to be First Baptist Church, and it got converted into the Covington Civic Center. So now it's Civic Center. They have different events and things for the community. But I've even used this space for one of my movies. A couple years back, I did a Legend of Zelda fan film. I'm a huge Legend of Zelda nerd. And so I did something really dumb. I paid out of pocket for it, which you should never do if you're making a movie, and spent way too much money on it. But this was one of the locations we used. We used this as the interior for Hyrule Castle.
Oh, nice.
So that kind of planted the seed for, if I wanted to do the Comic-Con and grow it, that this might be a good location to have it in. So here we are, the Covington Civic Center.
Yeah, and as I have one tattoo, and it's a Zelda tattoo.
Oh, I approve, man. I approve. I grew up on it. Ocarina of Time, Link to the Past. I could go on for days about Zelda.
I got a new soundbar for my TV today, and one of the first things I did, I went and I pulled up the Wind Waker ocean theme. And just played that through the soundbar.
That's one of my favorite tracks. Every single one of the Zelda games has such great music, man.
Oh, they do.
Orchestrations and things, especially Ocarina of Time. That's my go-to. So.
Ocarina, Wind Wakers, they both have such great music. Because you hear it, it's iconic.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
You know. We got way off track, which is totally cool, but that's what cons are about.
It's because we're both nerds and we were nerding out over some Zelda stuff. So it happens.
So besides being a convention founder and owner, you're also a marketing guy.
That's right, yeah. So I have, it's Masonite Digital Marketing, and I just recently founded this company last year, and I've been doing filmmaking and stuff with Mason Studios since I was like 16, and I'm 32 now, if that tells you how long I've been doing that. But it just seemed like a natural progression to take the video production stuff and provide that service to clients, but not stop there, because I also have so many skills in marketing and graphic design and SEO and social media marketing and all that I was like, I could combine all of those skills with the video production and offer digital marketing services to clients. And it's been doing really well, so if anybody out there needs digital marketing services, just hit us up. It's masonitemarketing.com.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, it sounds like there's some more stuff about to start.
Panels all day.
Yeah. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Josh, thanks so much for taking the time to sit and talk. And I'm going to go around and have some more fun.
Yeah, have some fun, man.
Oh,
Good seeing you.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. I took a few minutes to enjoy some of the sights of the con, and then pretty much immediately found myself in trouble. Trubble the Clown. Trubble, how you doing?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. So, lovely to talely to you. Lovely to meet you. So, tell us a little bit about what you do.
I'm Trubble the Clown. I'm a haunt entertainer as well as a musician, social media influencer. Main key right now is TikTok. You know, everybody's gone to it, so we're going to give that a shot. We got the single release on all streaming platforms. We got another single coming out. We've got comic book drama, photo book fixing to be released. So just a little bit of everything.
Yeah, so you do everything. You've even got kettle corn too.
We got Good Stuff's Kettle Corn Emporium. They sponsored me. They took care of this. They got Trouble Sweet Shot out there. Just your candy kettle corn, creamsicle peach, pineapple flavor.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, she's bought some. Everybody that's bought it's been like, it tastes like Fruit Loops. I'm like, it's about right.
A fun fact I learned recently: Fruit Loops smell exactly the same as dead ants.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. Somebody apparently put Fruit Loops in their ant farm, and all the ants got confused and started taking all the dead ants that were in there and putting them on the Fruit Loops. And an entomologist actually had to say, no, it smells the same.
That is a unique fact to know.
It is. It'll never come into play in any other part of life, but it's a ton of fun. So speaking of weird things, you also work haunted houses, right?
Yes, I work at Shadowlands Haunted Corn Maze out in Millington, Tennessee. Been out there for about 5 years now. Looking forward to this season.
I've done a haunted hayride myself. It is so much fun.
Oh yeah.
It is so much fun.
It's the joy of watching the bigger people, like somebody my size, take off screaming.
Yep, the amount of big guys who the second you jump out, they're gone, and then you got the little guy that's like, what?
Oh, kids are always the hardest. They're like, you don't scare me, bud. How can I not scare you, but your dad's just gone?
I don't know. I think every generation is just harder and harder to scare.
I think so. We're getting to where we've made everybody so tough. It's hard to do it either.
Well, we're always innovating. We'll figure something else out.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, Trubble, before we go, what's one thing that you'd like people to know about yourself or about scary clowns in general that they might not know?
Essentially, a lot of us have a good, positive outlook on life. As dark and morbid as we may be, we do have a sense of worth, and we believe everybody else should have that sense of worth as well. I've always told my fans, be a light in this dark world. Be the light that you want to see. Because there's too much bad stuff going on. Let's be a little bit more positive. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy it.
I couldn't have said that better myself. I'm glad we took some time to get in the trouble.
I appreciate you. Have a good time, man.
After talking with Trubble, we decided to go look for some food. We head outside and ran into something interesting. The Ecto and the Jurassic Park Jeep are here. How bad do things have to be? All bad jokes aside, we did find a food truck with some pretty good stuff. They also brought out some food trucks, just like the Rockin' Robin behind me here. They've got some really good barbecue nachos, and barbecue mac and cheese, and a hot dog, and drink. It's just good food. Just get the food. Even our producer couldn't help himself. It was really good. By the time we got back from lunch, the con was bustling. As we made our way through, we ran into legendary, award-winning animator and generally awesome guy, Jeffery Nodelman. Jeffrey, thanks so much for taking the time to talk.
Pleasure, thank you.
Yeah, so for people who might not know, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name, do you want me to look at you or look at this way?
Whatever you're more comfortable.
All right, so I'll look at you.
Okay.
So my history, I am a graduate of School of Visual Arts in Manhattan. I had a pretty long career as an animator in a past life. I started at Jumbo Pictures, did some time over at MTV. Jumbo was acquired by Disney. I was there for quite some time. I had my 5-year years. And then I started my own studio called Noodle Soup Productions. We did a lot of work with Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, and we also did a lot of advertising work as well. Saatchi, BBO, Gray, that kind of stuff. And now I help with a martial arts company based out of North Little Rock called Global Traditional Martial Arts. And I met to me, he's the senior master mason, but to most people, he's the kicking lawyer.
That's amazing. You've had a career that has spanned a lot of years. You've done some incredible things, and a lot of your work also has been a part of I know a lot of our viewers' childhoods too. And it's always fun to be able to talk to somebody that had an impact on that.
Thank you.
But I know one of the main reasons you're here is because you're working with a charity.
Yes, so we're raising money right now. It's for the H&L Hope Foundation. And what this is a nonprofit, and we raise money to help students with special needs, whether it's cognitive or physical, participate in martial arts.
That's fantastic.
So it's great. So what we do is we raise money, and every quarter we give money to our school owners. They fill out their application grants, and it helps them with either getting an OSHA compliant ramp or having an instructor learn sign language. Basically, anybody that has an interest in martial arts, we want to make sure that we break every one of those barriers.
That's amazing. It's such a worthy cause, and I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you. Well, so one of the shows I worked on that I loved, it was one of my favorites, was Doug. So we're actually auctioning off the Quail Man painting. Last year I was here just doing Doug drawings. I started as an intern and worked my way up through the color and ink and paint department, and ended up in character design and storyboard, which was a lot of fun, a great way to learn. Before computers, everything was being done. So we did, last year I did $20 Doug drawings, and we raised over $1,000.
That's amazing.
So that painting's getting auctioned off for $10 raffles. The other thing I used to work on, we did Gotham Girls when I was over at Soup. So we're drawing Batman drawings now. So we're doing $20 quick drawings in the Bruce Timm style, which was the animated Batman that everybody knows and loves.
That's amazing. Well, I know you got a lot of people waiting to get those drawings, so I'm going to get out of your hair.
Great.
But thanks so much for taking some time to talk.
Thank you.
And I hope you smash last year's record.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Before we left, he was kind enough to show us his skills and draw me my very own Doug. Thanks, Jeffrey. Full of awe, nostalgia, and one more plate of barbecue nachos, I decided to sit down and think about the day.
What better way to end the day than with funnel cake? Honestly, you cannot go wrong with funnel cake. So, that was Covington Comic-Con. For a young con, it's doing a lot of things right, and I can see it growing for a while from here on out. Speaking of growing, I'm going to eat this funnel cake, get a little bit wider. Till next time, see you guys later.